Hello everyone. So I've got the January, I cannot believe it, January 2025 Sketchbox Premium Subscription Art Box to open today. And I'm excited to see what's inside. How about you? Let's try to grab it all at once. Ta-da! There's an empty box. Let's see what we have. And you might not believe it. I actually can hardly believe it, but I should, as I'm in more of a disaster mess than usual here, and I feel quite claustrophobic even. I have piles everywhere. I was cleaning up, well, tidying, trying to make room for more stuff in my little art space, and let's just say I stopped during the ugly phase, because sometimes cleaning, like art, has an ugly phase, or stage as well. So yeah, if I seem a little distracted or more than normal, that might be why. This is really colorful, bright, and beautiful. I'm assuming it's done with the supplies in the box. Jane Madej. Some artwork there, and we have, as always, a cute little sticker. I like it. I wasn't crazy about the one with the feet coming out, so no, I don't know if they've gotten rid of that for good, but I don't know, sometimes things like weird me out, and that was not my favorite sticker, but I lived with it. So this is the interesting new product, new to me in this box, although I do like to start with the surface. Let's have a look at the Speedball Fluid Watercolor Paper. Fluid is a brand I've used. Is it always by Speedball? Maybe it is. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, 140 pounds, 300 GSM, 4x6. We get 12 sheets to try out. It's a cold press paper, and they say it's a Sketchbox favorite. It's absorbent, and a slightly textured surface is perfect for a variety of media and techniques. Ooh, my lights are so bright to me that I can't tell if they're showing up well on the camera, so let's hope they are. This, I can see the texture. I was trying to show that to you, so hopefully you could too. And then we'll save this little beautiful thing for a minute. Look at this. Oh, love it. Love, love, love the colors. We do have a paintbrush. Again, we'll save that. And we've got a couple other things to write with here. So let's start with... That looks intriguing. I want to see that. But let's start with the pencils. We have Derwent Tinted Charcoal. I'm not a super fan of charcoal, but in the pencil form, I do prefer it. Let's see what they have to say about this. Used to sketch, not a lot to say. And our prompt this month is wildlife. So these are the Derwent. Whoa, yes, definitely charcoal. And charcoal, interestingly, moves a bit with water as well. So you can do some fun watercolor effects with it. This color here is slate. And to me, it just looks like charcoal. It does not, to me, look like the lovely light gray on the end. But that's just me. And then we have a, sunset pink. I like the name. And actually, I don't think I have any charcoal in this shade, so that's nice to get something different. Wow, so if you're sketching with this, I mean, I was just writing, but, you know, it's like you're getting a pretty thick line here. Let's see. If I go lighter, it's a little easier. I was trying to sort of do the body of the bird here. We'll put a beak on there. But I don't want to use up my paper in that way, so I'm going to stop doing that. I have some water here. Let's check out the paintbrush and see how much movement we get with our charcoal. We have a Snap, Princeton Snap. I do like this line. It's an angle shader in 1/4 inch. That's small. I don't know if I have anything in this size, but it's going to be a challenge on even this size paper, because if we're going to do the box challenge, we're only going to use this paintbrush. So get a little bit of movement. Looks like most of my sketchy line is staying put. So that is either something you want or you don't want, depending on what you're doing. Like, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I don't want to have the lines stay. So That's not really a selling point for me, but some people like to have the lines showing in their art. Okay, so that's the pencils. Moving on, we have a Sakura Pigma medium brush pen. I don't think I've had anything exactly like this in the past. It retails for $5.14. It's great for shadows and crisp black details. Pigma, I think that means it's pigment. So it should be permanent when dry. Let's have a look. It seems like, can you see this? A soft felt tip. That's what it seems like to me, which means I need to concentrate to be less rough than I usually am. Although it might hold up, but man, I have a reputation for destroying delicate tips. Oops, and getting ink on myself. There's somebody with a channel name, Inky Fingers. I love that channel name. Because, yeah, she probably gets ink on her fingers. Look at this. It's staying pretty well. So there's some movement. It might not be dry yet. Because that one stays pretty good. So that's probably going to be permanent when dry. And then we have this little item, the Art Graph. Now these are out of Portugal, I believe, this company. Taylor Square 3 set of primary colors. Magenta, that looks like red. Magenta, yellow, and blue. Okay, they're calling, it could be magenta to my eye here. Let's take it out of here. Oh, it's all wrapped up. My favorite. Plastic packaging. Moment, please. Alright, I would have liked to keep this package intact, but after much and much and much struggling, I finally had to just open it here to get it out. That was disappointing. But yeah, maybe I can use double stick tape. I wanted to slip this back in there to protect it. I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? Wow, I just noticed the retail price on these is $29.99. Wow. So we're getting a good value here. And look at that. They're so cute. I am going to try to pick one up. Wow, it feels cold. And maybe we'll just draw on. It does feel chalky, but it is chalk. Taylor's chalk. So I'm interested to see if it looks chalky. Because it's not really a watercolor, but you can use it like. Boy, this is a terrible little color wheel thing I'm doing here. But we'll just call it a color collection or something, because it's not really a wheel. Look at that! You can mix them pretty easily. I'm gonna see what kind of purple I can get here. And, I don't like the feel of it though. So, I probably won't use it that way. Because it just feels dirty on the skin. Sensitive? Yes, I am. Very. Okay, let's see what we have here. We've got, that's definitely more of a magenta than a red. Even though it looks so lovely red right there. Oops, what happened here? I got some unwanted traveling. Oh, this is very bright, nice and vivid. So you're gonna make so many different colors. Mostly they're gonna be the vivid colors. I mean, I don't know if there's a way to mute them more unless, well, let's see. If we take a little green and just add a touch. Yeah, you can make some moody versions by adding its opposite on the color wheel, but that's going to be a bit of work. It's a little easier to mix it just one or two, you know? Unless, of course, you got a palette handy. I didn't do much purple there. Let's get... Oh, yeah, look at that. Lovely. That's a terrible, terrible color wheelie thing, but you know, I like taking it straight off the chalk. That I seem to like a little better. And I need a palette. I don't really like plastic palettes. We got this recently, or something like it, and it was in the pile next to me, so I'm just gonna see what... Got some pigment here, throw it down, and maybe quickly mix something. So we could put some shadows underneath with this, or mix kind of a more moody graphite-like color. Then there's also the possibility of mixing onto more of the charcoal. So let's see, let's grab, oops, I should have grabbed this one first. Oh well, I'm just gonna mix it right like that. I'll clean that up later. Wow, it's so pigmented. Not really sure. I think I just disappeared. I disappeared all that charcoal. Well, so that's something. Maybe this... It's not very transparent, you know, so maybe I won't have to worry about those lines. Anyway, oh, I like this green color that I just kind of put together there. Let me see something. That was with the... So it's brighter without the charcoal underneath, which makes sense. Anyway, yeah, I like that gray. I like this color that I made with the charcoal. Very pretty. Okay, so did I get everything? Okay, so we don't have kind of as many things, maybe, because we've got this big value right here, which is pretty cool. This is new to me. So far, I like it. I don't know what light vastness it would have. I looked on the website. I didn't see any kind of information like that. I mean, it's meant to mimic Taylor squares. You like paint on, or draw lines on fabric to cut and make adjustments. But I don't know, maybe it's more of like a die. Whoops, here I am making a mess. So I think it probably is best for sketchbook work and mixed media and stuff, but it looks like a really fun new art tool to try. Not sure where I'm gonna store it and how I'm gonna store it, but yeah, I think you can draw with it. I don't think that's gonna be, I know that's not how I'm gonna be using it, unless of course I had like a tissue or something, or gloves, or no, that's too much trouble. I know that's not how I'm gonna use it. But love the fact that the charcoal pencils have the wood to make them more user-friendly for people that don't like the feel of that on their hands. This looks like a fun box. What kind of wildlife thing should we do? Let us see. So, I think the theme was wildlife. I was a bit inspired by these bright colors, and I thought I'd try something I don't want to do since I have a narrow. I'm going to try to do just one bird, but this is from the Color Cube by Sarah Renee Clark, and I thought this bird might make a nice subject, so we'll see what I can do with that. I'm going to have it off screen, and then I'm going to probably speed this up. I think I'll try to sketch some of it out with the charcoal and maybe lay in some shadow or some part where I want it to be darker with more of this. But yeah, I'm gonna speed it up, pick some music, and as always, I thank you for watching and supporting my channel. It means a whole lot to me. It's why I keep doing it, and I hope you have a wonderful and creative day, and that you have a wonderful and happy end to your year, and Happy New Year as well. Okay, so I scrapped the idea of adding music because I had a lot of comments to make, I guess, after using the supplies. Now, I was sort of stretching myself by not sketching out in pencil. I am just used to that control, and so I really struggled with sketching in the charcoal because, oh, my bird was way off at one point. I don't even know, like, I think that it went really fast because I sped it up to like 20 times, so you maybe didn't see the weird proportions that I had for the bird, but yeah. And then also, you might have noticed, if you're an astute observer, that I lost some footage as well, because of course the memory card filled and I didn't notice, and so yeah, I guess you get me instead of music. But I really enjoyed most of the contents of the box. I struggled also with the size of the brush, which is not anything against the brush, it's just if I was doing this without the challenge of only using what was in the box, I would definitely be using a bigger brush for parts of it. But I love the brush, and I could get really detailed, and I could get different shapes, you know, for the feathers, so all good there. Really liked the pen. Like the chalks, don't like to hold them, but yeah, I could get all kinds of colors, even a nice gray, a nice brown. I'm not really sure if the artwork in the box was done with just these supplies. They must have added white somehow to get some paler colors, but in the end, to sort of help my bird, I do this lovely background, because you can make some really nice purples, and there weren't any in it, so I just was playing at the end with the colors and having a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy seeing what I did with the box contents. As always, have a wonderful creative day. Thanks for watching. Bye!